So you must become the answer to your own prayer. Stop asking God to send someone to heal your country. Do you know how long people have been praying for their governments? And their countries are still collapsing? You cannot expect righteousness from an unrighteous person. I mean, that is so simple, but it went right over your head. You know the person is a demon. You pray, oh Lord, please, just help us, Lord. I pray for my government. How could you pray for a demon to be good?
Thank you, Dr. Myles Munroe. Thank you. It's unfortunate that you are late and that you may not be able to re-echo these words, and particularly cause certain preachers, really those of African extraction, to order and urge them to redirect their focus on what is right. It's unfortunate. Myles Munroe died sometime in November 2014. He was a televangelist, a musician, an author, best-selling one for that matter, an inspirational, motivational coach. The significance of Myles Munroe's ministry is that he was one of the very few that have taken the gospel around the crannies and nooks of this world. The beautiful thing is why late Archbishop Benson Daosa, Reinhard Bonnke, and a lot of other preachers have taken the gospel around worship centers. This man took gospel from worship center to marketplaces. Myles Munroe will go on to teach, lecture, impact leaders, world leaders, business leaders, thought leaders, educationists, and all of you. But this is him. If there's a man that should have even been kingdom first, was a professor of God's kingdom, right? It should have been kingdom first. I'm talking about hope. I'm talking about pray for your country. It should be Dr. Myles Munroe. But then he again urged that we must. And then the context of this speech about righteousness and evil is not about Christianity and paganism. No, it's about knowing what is good. In fact, the origin of righteousness, English word, is from right. Lawful, morally right, legal, justifiable, right? And not just about Christian. Because, of course, the Old Testament, they were not Christians. There were no Christians till Jesus came. And so, but they had an understanding of what is good from what is bad. So we are talking about righteous leaders and evil leaders. We are talking about leaders that know what is good as against what is bad. And they chose to know what is good. But here we are being told in this country, year after year, every political season, we should keep praying and hoping for this country. In 2014, in 2017, the other day, continuously we are hearing this message. I'm not saying it is bad to pray, but if you think the only solution to the problem of this country is to pray, then you don't have a solution. Oh yeah, your problem, if your only solution is pray. Even the Bible said in James that faith without works is dead. Keep giving hope. You keep selling hope. People are maligning, manipulating the country. You have got a platform, the powers to correcting it. You are telling the people to pray. A wise man once said that an army of sheep led by a lion would defeat an army of lions led by a sheep. Again, an army of sheep led by a lion will defeat an army of lions that is led by a sheep. Leadership is everything. But in this country, the people are made to go through the harrowing experience of praying and hoping that the country will be better. And the supposed leaders are supposed to bear the burden of rising faith and delivering the dividends are being shielded. May religion not kill this country. May religion not bury this country alive. And it's unfortunate. Myles Munroe talking to Nigerian pastors here, talking to Nigerian Christians. One look at my yesterday's post, where I compared what Tunde Bakari and WF Kumuyi said, renowned pastors. I said they were both right. But look at religious people coming on that to come and tell me why their papa has always been right. This is a papa of yours that said Buhari will change this country in 2015 to 2023. Oshomole has told us now that the inherited problem from the same Buhari. Was there no father Obaka that allowed bird to fly and said the bird flying means that Buhari has come to release us? Were we released or were we more in bondage? Now you are saying we should pray again. It's only a fool that will continue to do one particular thing and is not getting result, continue to do it. Myles Munroe is saying we should stop hoping and praying for unrighteous people to get. How do you expect a man that is naturally bad to do good? Is it possible? Even the Bible said it. Can you expect the devil to do good? These people are devils, holding on to power, sitting at the ends of affairs. Their job is to practically put us in bondage. But like somebody, one comment I read in one of my posts, and they work hand in hand. Most of these preachers work hand in hand, because the only way these preachers can have their halls packed full is that the government continue to impoverish the people, and the government suffers the people. So they become customers to the preachers. And so the government also needs the preacher to go to sell false hope to them, so they will never wake up to the responsibility of taking over the country. This time, the story will change. This a marriage between illicit message that is not from Christ and the politics of this world, the political dom and the kingdom of these illicit preachers. We will spoil this marriage. There will be a divorce of it. And I'm not here speaking a speech. I'm telling you, we are tired. If you talk to us to say we should have hope, you should correct them when they are wrong. If you talk to us to pray for them, you should tell them to do the right thing. That's the way to balance it. You cannot be one-sided. You go there to flock with these people, sit with them in closed-door meetings, collect tithe and offering, go back to your church and begin to encourage us to have hope. Thank you, Myles Munroe. It's unfortunate we don't have preachers like the late Archbishop Benson Idahosa. Thank God for what Apostle John Suleiman. Thank God for what Issa El Buba. Thank God for what Paul Eneche. We need more. Fortunately, these guys with big ministries along the Benin, the Lagos-Ibadan Express Road, they are enjoying. Thank God for Bishop Oyevido Oyedepo. Thank God for all preachers. I see a lot of works that many of us are doing. Thank God for what content creators are doing. But there needs to be more. I will leave you with Professor Lumumba. I'm sure he has a message for the church. And please share this video. There is nothing too much. The bondage is heavy. Man is born free, but everywhere is in chains. These chains is gripping. And it's looking like they're not letting us lose any time. May God help Nigeria. Share this video and let it get round. It is well.
So the world cannot heal itself, but whatever you avoid, you can never change. So you must become the answer to your own prayer. Stop asking God to send someone to heal your country. Do you know how long people have been praying for their governments? And their countries are still collapsing? You cannot expect righteousness from an unrighteous person. I mean, that is so simple, but it went right over your head. You know the place is a demon. You pray, oh Lord, please, just help us, Lord. I pray for my government. How could you pray for a demon to be good? The Bible does say, when the righteous are in power, the people rejoice. Not when the demon who you pray to be righteous, pray righteous in power. No, he said when the righteous are in power, the people rejoice. The same verse says, but when the wicked rule, the people groan. I wonder how many countries are groaning. The poor, the oppressed, the widows, the children, the young people are groaning. People losing their houses and losing their sanity and losing their jobs and their businesses and losing their health and can't even get medical attention because they ain't got no money. They're groaning. He said that's because the wicked are in power.
Today, when I travel across the continent, and I do, in many countries, I am amazed by the number of buildings whose owners claim are churches. In a distance of 1 kilometer, you will see different denominations. The Bible is now the greatest instrument in creating false industries in the continent of Africa. And that is not to be celebrated. It is to be frowned upon. And we who claim to be Christians, and I normally use this very deliberately, we claim to be Christians. As to whether we are is another debate. We'll only discover that a little later when we are in heaven. And therefore, when we talk about rediscovering, we are saying that it was once discovered. But let us situate the Bible in its proper place. Christianity as we know it today in the continent of Africa was midwifed to us in the continent through Europe, through the missionaries. When they came, they were reading the very same Bible that we are reading today. When they sat in Berlin and were dividing the continent of Africa, they were reading the same Bible that we are reading today. The same Bible in which, in Paul's letter to the Galatians at chapter 3:28, he says, there are no Jews, no Gentiles, no slave, no free, no woman, no man. They read that verse. It was not interpolated later after they came. They read it. But they came here and conquered us. They came here and discriminated against us. The same Bible. They were being mentored by that very same Bible. They came here when they had divided the body of Christ. The English had appropriated the religion in 1534, and they now had their Anglican church, complete with the monarch as its head. The Scots had appropriated their own, and they had the Presbyterian church. The Greeks had their Greek Orthodox. The Armenians, the Armenian Orthodox. The Roman Catholics were even bolder. They called it the Roman Catholic Church. So that even when they are in Uganda, it's not Ugandan Catholic Church, it is the Roman Catholic Church. And you are going there and you are saying you are Roman Catholic Church. In apartheid South Africa, they are the Dutch Reformed Church, which became the foundation stone upon which apartheid was articulated in 1948 by Hendrik Verwoerd and his cohorts. So the Bible has been misused. Don't be cheated. Let's not be nice to each other because we are Christians. The Bible has been misused. It has been used to support slavery. It has been used to support colonization. It has been used to pervert the truth. That is the Bible that we are saying we ought to rediscover. So when we are gathered here as Christians and we are talking about rediscovery of mentorship in the Bible, we must have a spirit that is a questioning spirit. When His grace was preaching to us, He said, we must always be nice before we are good. Not always. And I've always talked about two approaches to be found in the Bible. One is of John the Baptist and Herodias. It's a dangerous path where you go out into the public and condemn evil. The only thing that you must know is that when you follow that path, Salome will ask for your head. But there are circumstances when it is necessary. Then there are circumstances when it is necessary to follow the path that His grace has suggested. Read the conversation between Nathan and David and what he did to the wife of Prophet Uriah. He comes and tells him, in this place there was a person who had a lamb. Circumstances define which method you use. And in a forum such as this, we now live in a world where as Christians we are also very pretentious. We don't speak the truth as it ought to be spoken. And when I read the Bible sometimes as a Christian, I ask myself, what kind of Christian would I be? I often ask myself, if I lived in the days of Jesus, which of these disciples would I be?